Hola, muy buena gente, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a otro episodio, capitulillo de este de Raven.
Inch bothers me. He's shown what he's capable of. What if he finds out about our plan?
How would he? We're careful.
He's more ruthless than we expected. The bomb on the train. I don't want to think about it.
We need to make sure that we stay calm.
You mean that I stay calm?
I'm not worried about you. I know you.
Shall we go over the plan one more time?
Good idea. We know that Inch hid the first eye in the Baroness's luggage.
I'll break into her cabin and replace the eye with a fake.
Right. We'll steal the second eye in Cairo.
And Inch will be caught in the act.
It's simple.
The devil is in the detail. I have to get into the Baroness's cabin undetected, then find the secret hiding place, and I can't leave any evidence behind.
Yes. And Inch said something about a combination, so the hiding place might be locked.
One step at a time. I think I'll assess the situation first.
And I think I'll make myself comfortable for a little while.
So this is how married life will be.
Works for me.
Qué mamoncicos son, ¿eh? Son unos
Everything went
mamoncicos.
according to plan in London?
Except for the explosion, yes. The Bobby was right on time.
Because he had a good tip-off.
I had enough time to take the eye, but unfortunately there was no time to replace it with the fake.
Where is it?
O sea,
A
están...
work of art. Almost as beautiful as the original.
I can't tell the difference.
Inch could. But if all goes to plan, he won't have a chance to take a closer look at the jewel until after the burglary at the Egyptian Museum. Will
y nada.
Legrand cause any trouble?
Everything's
Inseguro.
still going according to plan. That means he's clever, but not clever enough.
And the Bobby?
Peasant's cunning, nothing more. He won't be able to solve the puzzle on his own.
There's still Inch.
He doesn't suspect anything. We laid the foundation well. I've been his assistant for months already. He doesn't trust me, but he thinks he can play me for a sucker. That's enough.
No sé, ¿eh?
Speaking of Inch, I saw him talking to you in Venice. What was it about?
He was angry because his attack on the train failed and because I lost my ticket.
How did you get on the ship?
As a stowaway, locked in a cold, dark cargo hold.
Poor boy. I'll go out now and lead the
Poor
police and master
boy.
thieves around by the nose.
I can think of something else to do.
I can't.
Bueno, ahora tomamos el rol de la chica, ¿no? Sí. ¿Qué hay aquí? Vale, y aquí.
The poster proudly announces the ship's first Atlantic crossing. The silhouette of New York and of a ship, but not of this one. Looks pretty official, with a coat of arms, flag, seal, and all the trappings. And the silhouette of New York and of a ship, but look.
Vale. Un diamante. Que tengo que pegar el cambiazo. Ir a cubierta lateral, ¿va? Vamos a cubierta lateral. No sé qué tengo que hacer. Para no variar. Lo que sí sé seguro... aquí había algo. Ah, no. Ok.
Lovely. I hope tomorrow I'll have a chance to sunbathe and enjoy the...
Vale.
A deck chair in the sunshine on... But I have to take care of my...
Tenemos una toalla de baño.
Lovely.
Qué musiquita, vacaciones en el mar aquí, total. Hostia, el engorilao. Taquito Dios, macho. La chupipandia al completo.
¡Bravo! ¡Bravissimo! ¡Fantástico! ¡Ja, ja!
Would it be okay for you if I get some fresh air up on deck?
Of course, my dear. Give my regards to the sea.
Sal al agua, hombre. Que te vas a oxidar ahí, vieja chocha. Tanto escribir novelas de miedo, digo de miedo, de crímenes. Estás ahí que...
A wonderful concept.
I wouldn't have expected you to be a connoisseur.
Because I'm American?
Because you're young, and friendly, and radiant. Someone like you doesn't have to know a lot to get along well in life.
Are you easily prejudiced at your age?
In my long experience, there's often a core of truth.
Prejudice is the reason of fools.
Was that written in the book you once read?
Oh.
But not my books,
Aye.
you mean to say.
You're a writer?
Mm-hmm. What can I do for you, Miss...
Mayors. Is this your first trip on the Lydia?
That's quite enough. Life is too short for conversations like this. I do wish that rather delightful Swiss policeman had come along.
I heard you had an interesting trip on the train.
It was thrilling. I'm hoping for an encore. Perhaps in Cairo.
Mr. Kreutzer possesses impressive technique, don't you think?
He certainly does. His numerous playmates in Austria can tell you more about it than I.
You mean Mr. Kreutzer is a womanizer?
I'm not talking about cheap skirts. I'm talking about expensive clothes. A man like him needs funds to support his lifestyle. Just go over to him, my dear. Tell the maestro that your family is wealthy. You have everything he's looking for. Money and a pretty face.
Hold your tongue. Mr. Kreutzer, Lady Westmacott, please.
Or did you have your eye on me, Mr. Kreutzer? Old, yes, but rich.
Jezebel. Mr. Kreutzer, Maestro.
Pues nada, lo ha echado. Con 2 huevazos.
That's better. Freeloader.
You and Mr. Kreutzer, you seem to know each other.
Not really, but I know his type. Parasites who cling to the rich and famous and suck them dry. The young, misunderstood painter. The innovative writer who writes books that no one wants to read. The musical talent that has to be supported. The ladies and gentlemen of high society let the others use them and call themselves patrons. Another word for fool.
Didn't you finance archaeological excavations in the Near East and Egypt?
For my husband, and I was there myself. I catalogued items for him, and I didn't show him off like a trophy at cocktail parties.
Madre de Dios, la paliza que me está pagando la abuela, como tiene ganas de hablar.
The kind that sucks
Que joderse,
not
macho.
only the money, but also the life right out of a person.
You know, I'm not planning on throwing myself at him.
I'm glad to hear it. You have to work. Earn your own money.
Oh, I will. My grades are excellent, and I really want to study.
None of my books has ever been made into a good film. The stories were twisted, shortened, and simplified so that even the dimmest fellow could follow them.
I want to do theater and travel. I speak 3 languages.
That would be 3 more than most people your age can speak. Do what you have to do. But stay away from bad men.
May I take my leave?
You may.
Aléjate de los malos hombres, ya te lo ha dicho.
The lady is not... I shouldn't talk to her.
Eso para la saca.
Wooden salad, just small enough.
No sé para qué, pero todo lo que se pueda coger, lo cojo. ¿Por qué? Porque lo usaré. Si se puede coger, a la saca.
I'm sure I could help you if... Stand aside! If you told me what you're looking for.
You're just getting in my way.
Now get out! I'll wait at the door, madam.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Miss...
Mayors?
Can I help you?
No, I'm just having a look around the ship. Good day.
Te ha pillado, ¿eh?
Oh, that was close.
Vamos a darle palique a este, ¿no?
A handsome man and a talented musician, but he doesn't seem very happy. Hello, Mr. Kreutzer.
Hello,
Do you want to
Mr.
have a go at
Crater.
me, like the old witch in there?
I just wanted to talk to you.
Now is not the best time.
I just wanted to tell you that I really loved your music, and that Lady Westmacott did not have the right to speak to you like that.
Really? How do you know? You don't know me.
Then, did she have the right?
No, she didn't. That cynical old witch enjoys exposing the weaknesses of others, although we all have them. She as well. She lusts for recognition and acts as though it weren't so disgraceful. She rejects prizes and awards with snide remarks, but she's angry when others receive them. She needs to know that she's better than others.
You seem to know her quite well.
I've only met her once or twice, but I know her son and some of her friends. One friend of hers supported me for a long time. No one is brave enough to say it to her face, but everyone hates her.
Her or her success? You're so talented. Why aren't you performing on the world's great stages?
Fate, perhaps. Or bad luck. My parents opened every door for me and my sister and expected corresponding careers.
Over-ambitious parents who force their children to play music?
No, it wasn't like that. I loved it. I loved to play the violin. They didn't have to force me. I wanted to do it on my own. I thought I would achieve my goals if only I worked hard enough. But it was not to be.
What happened?
In a more dramatic story, I'd say that I broke my hand just before my big break, or that I was rejected because of my nationality or my name, or that I was brought down by a conspiracy. But nothing like that ever happened. I practiced like mad. I got better and better. Really good. But nothing happened. The right people never heard me. I was never in the right place at the right time. Can you imagine how it feels to always be on the cusp of a breakthrough? To be just one evening away from becoming an overnight sensation? To see how other, less talented violinists pass you by because you just aren't lucky enough?
How terrible.
For every star in the limelight, there are a dozen more that burn out unseen, fading month by month. I didn't want to be one of those people who waste their lives chasing dreams without realizing that they're unattainable. If I couldn't have the life that I always dreamt of, and that my family expected from me, then at least I could have the next best life.
The next best life?
Mansions, limousines, parties, everything you could wish for. Though none of it belongs to me.
The lady called you a freeloader.
An ugly word, but maybe not so far from the truth. I move with the rich and famous, and at first glance, I live exactly the life my father always wished for me. A carefree life, easygoing. And I play the violin, which I always loved to do.
But it's not really like that.
It's empty. My life is just a shell. A show, and everyone knows it. I loved something once, and I burned for it. But now, the violin is just an accessory for practicing my real profession.
And your family?
How could I ever look them in the eyes? A failed violinist who gave up.
What does the future hold for you?
Isn't it obvious? My hands are starting to shake from alcohol. What will be left once I lose my good looks? I'll have nothing then. And so I'll put an end to it all.
You can't say things like that.
With my father's pistol, I always have it with me. It's gone. Fate won't even grant me a quick death.
Don't you think you can still make it?
No. It's too late now. The real question is, did I give up too quickly back then?
I don't know.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye, Mr. Kreutzer.
Joder con el deprimido. Madre de Dios. Nos ha dejado la cabeza reventada. Está hecho polvo este tío, ¿eh? El violinista de Amelín.
Was definitely placed ahead of design here. I guess the Lydia regularly docks at harbours that don't have their own gangways. And rather than make the passengers climb ladders, they opted for the less beautiful alternative.
¿Qué dice esta? ¿No puedo subir? Sí, no. Joder. Pobre violinista, tú. Está hecho polvo, tío.
Two handsome sailors are standing at the table and studying a marine map. Good thing they're busy. I can have a look around without being disturbed. This should be the entrance to the cargo hold. Not really my concern. Bull, curling, shuffleboard, all the same to me. I'm not interested in any of that now. The two of them seem to be in a private conversation. I'd better not disturb them. When Adil and I were following the professor in London, I was disguised. But that doesn't mean he... No, I won't talk to them.
Bueno, pues vamos a buscar a otro para la morcilla. Arriba no había nada, ¿no? Es que me he bajado sin querer. Como estoy haciendo 40.000 cosas a la vez. Jugando, comiendo cacahuetes. Mirando WhatsApp. Madre mía, qué estrés. Subir la escalera, hombre.
A classic. The thief enters through the ventilation shaft. Can it really be that easy? No, it can't. The cover is screwed shut.
Con unas pinzas de la ensalada no voy a abrir la puerta, lo tengo claro. Qué vicio, al cacahuete, la virgen.
The only regular event seems to be the nightly drink in the saloon. Judging from the rest of the entertainment program, it seems necessary. Several journals and magazines. Ah, this looks pretty interesting. Art and Culture Today. Ah, there's something about the exhibition. Unique masterpieces exhibited for the first time together in their home country. Tireless efforts of Baroness von Trebitz. No time for reading. I have to find the... We briefly discussed whether we should try to steal the second eye here on the ship. The lack of escape routes and the 10-centimeter thick door to the safe settled the question. Legrand is an important part of our plan. But there's still a lot to do before...
Come in. How can I help you, young lady?
Are you the ship's doctor?
Yes, of course.
You see, that's what I thought, because you've got a uniform and you work in the medical center.
Well spotted, young lady. My name is Dr. Gebhardt. How can I help you?
What are the other passengers like?
Listen, young lady, I do not really have time to chat right now. Today is my first day, and it is going differently than I had expected.
You do seem a little stressed. Maybe you should relax. Stress isn't good for you.
You're right. If there is nothing else I can help you with.
But you weren't really helpful at all. Maybe I'll come back later. Bye now.
Vale, aquí tenemos que hacer algo con este tío, pero no sé
Very
qué.
fine handiwork, but the winter garden at the back of the saloon is missing. And the stern... Maybe one of the crew whiled away the long night. Only someone...
Vamos para arriba, a ver qué pasa por ahí. Hablo con el mayordomo, a ver, sin entrar la conversación. Me cago, estoy tirando todos los cacahuetes al suelo.
Inch is intelligent and ruthless, a dangerous combination. He's not a brilliant planner, but he is smart and careful. He senses danger. I'm afraid he might suspect that something is wrong.
A ver. Este no quiere hablar.
He has the enviable talent of being able to sleep. He once fell asleep on a cable car and only woke up after he'd already gone up the mountain and back down again. We booked this cabin because it's, of course, the fact that it's a first-class cabin with a huge bath. As soon as I've swapped the jewels, I'll treat myself to a hot shower.
Vale.
Okay then. I am Patricia...
Necesitamos algo.
Normally I don't carry so many things around, but it would have been suspicious if I'd come aboard. I got this necklace from my father. It's supposed to remind me that money is... If all you've got is this penny, as well as family and friends, then you're a very rich girl, he said. I'll take it with me. It'll bring me luck. I always try to carry as few personal items as possible. If my things are ever searched, they won't reveal my true identity. I don't like wearing hats, but they do. And I have to admit that the day in London when we shopped for Patricia May...
Bueno, aquí no hay nada más que he cogido. Collar. Pinzas, toalla de baño.
The salad tongs. It happened pretty fast between us. It was magic. Birds of a feather flock together, and he can be very charming. Daddy wasn't at all amused when I brought him home, but I don't think he'd have been satisfied with anyone.
Aquí no hay nada, ¿no? ¿Qué va, tío? Aquí no hay nada.
As soon as I've swapped the jewels, I'll...
Vale. ¿Qué tenemos de más? Un collar.
Lovely big towel.
Yo no creo que el collar pueda... ¿Por qué pasa el cartel ese mirando todo el rato?
The silhouette of New York and of a ship. But not of this one. They probably use the same template for every ship. Looks pretty official, with a coat of arms, flag, seal, and all the trappings. And the poster is clean as a whistle. Someone seems to cherish it. I could jam the penny in and make a kind of improvised
Me cago en su madre. Mira que me lo lío, ¿eh? ¿Qué ha pasado?
I jammed a penny in between the tongs. If I hold the tongs at both ends, I can apply a lot of force.
Puedo aplicar mucha fuerza en la rejilla. A modo destornillador puedo aplicar mucha fuerza porque tiene que hacer fuerza. Eso es que tiene que aplicar mucha fuerza. Nos va a trolar. Vamos a tener que dar otro viaje. Ah, ¿no? Joder. Mira la tía. Joder, va a ver. Chetadísima nivel Dios, vamos.
That's it. I just hope that this is the right shaft. I still haven't found a way to get back into the ventilation shaft from the cabin. I need something like a rope and a way to tie it to the shaft. I need... No idea what kind of flag this is. But the pole it's attached to could be very useful one day. It's about 80 centimeters long and looks quite stable. Yes, it's sturdy, but it's also too cumbersome to carry around. I could tie the bath towel around the pole, put the pole across the ventilation shaft, and climb down with the help of the towel. Sounds like a plan.
Ya voy pillando la mecánica. Vamos a ver.
Here goes nothing.
O sea, va a poder trepar con la mierda de toalla esa. Es lo que hay. La baronesa parece un troll, ¿eh?
Jacob Aust. I finally got you. I'll have them arrest you and justice will be done.
Can I be of assistance, madam?
Yes, you can get out of the way.
Shall I tidy up, madam?
No! It's time to celebrate.
Excellent. The coast is clear.
Bueno, sí que hay cosas aquí.
Seems like she was searching for a specific Jacob Aust. Now we got our hands on the list of passengers, but I don't reckon. Hundreds of black and white photos, many of them tinted. I don't have time.
Aquí,
Impressive for a quick drink on the go.
Hostia. tiene cosas esto aquí.
A suitable glass for every occasion. But most of them look more or less unused. The Baroness probably disregards style and etiquette when she's drinking alone, and just uses the same glass. What's that? A small leather strap. Aha!
Coño.
Nefertiti, Guernica, A.D., Buonarroti's Adam. This could be a memory aid for the Baroness. And it would explain how Inch discovered the combination. I'm going to copy the hints. As I see it, I have to decipher these clues to find 3 of the symbols. Then I can guess the 4th. Well, Nefertiti was an Egyptian queen. The monogram and the 2 other clues aren't much help. I'd put money on the Eye of the Sphinx being behind this door. I don't think anyone would bet against me. To me, it looks like a combination. The door only opens when the right symbols are... There are outlines of animals. A dog, a cat, a bear, and a rooster, amongst others. 8 symbols per cylinder. That means more than 4,000 possible combinations. If only I knew 3 of the 4 symbols, I could easily guess the last. But whilst I don't know at least 3 of them, I can't go any further.
Ah, vale, no me deja intentarlo. Vale.
I've copied the hints and maybe someone on board can help me to figure out at least 3 of the 4 symbols.
Alguien a bordo puede ayudarme a descifrar al menos 3 de los 4 símbolos. Vale. O sea que aquí está dando vueltas aquí y busca gente que nos pueda ayudar, ¿no?
Corkscrew. Gin, whiskey, liqueur, sherry, vodka, brandy.
Un perro, un oso, ¿qué ha dicho?
I wonder what the Baroness is running away from. Loneliness, disappointment, grief.
Vale.
The Baroness wrote something down. The mannequin could probably wear my clothes. It'd disappear under the back. As a child, I often stood in front of shop windows, and when I got bored, I claimed that one of the mannequins had blinked and declared myself the... Not even Adil would believe that this painting was an original. He was interested in art when we first met, but for him it was always about the content, not the technique. I had my work cut out teaching him to concentrate on the stroke, the material, and the signature of the artist. It's the only way to distinguish an original from a fake. I don't care who painted it as long as it speaks to me, he said. A perspective that, as an art thief, I can't share, but it's charming nonetheless.
Vale.
I'm sure that the eye is in the Baroness's luggage. I'd prefer to lock the door. Someone could come in and catch me at any moment. But it's important not to leave a trace. Inch absolutely cannot find out about us. I must hurry. That was close.
grabando.
What on earth is going on here?
Está grabando.
I don't like that. Is someone else after the eye as well? But even if that is the case, what does the audio tape have to do with it? I can't let it get to me.
Pero no hables
I
más,
have a
tonta,
job
que
to
te
do.
está grabando. Ya la tía, el Rambo, Vamos al profesor, sí. El profesor aquel sabía de cosas. A lo mejor nos puede dar una pista de... A ver si ahora nos deja hablar con él.
Professor Lucien could certainly tell me everything there is to know about Nefertiti, but he might also realize that I was in his museum in London. I'd better not talk to him. Professor Lucien could certainly tell me everything, but he might also realize that I was in his museum in London.
Vaya, hombre, no habla con él. Joder, macho. Pues no sé. Nos tienen que dar info de los Nefertiti. Vamos a ver si encontramos a alguien. Mira, este.
It seems like Dr. Gebhardt was able to wrestle himself
Este es el
away
que ha
from
entrado
his
al
work, but he
camarote.
still doesn't seem to be very relaxed. Quite the opposite. And why won't he go to the saloon? Dr. Gebhardt! Getting some fresh air?
Oh, you could say that.
Do you know the Egyptian queen Nefertiti?
Yes, there is a famous bust of her.
Really? Tell me more.
No, I am sorry. I do not have time for that.
Does Guernica mean anything to you?
Now listen, young lady, I do not know what they told you, but just because I am German, I am not responsible for the crimes of my government.
Crimes? What are you talking about?
We obeyed orders, just like everybody else. Now leave me alone.
Do you know what the monogram AD stands for?
What?
A capital A with a small d below it.
Yes, I do. Will you leave me alone if I tell you what it means?
You know.
It is not just any monogram. It is the first. Albrecht Dürer, a German artist, signed all his works with it. He was the first artist to sign all of his work with a monogram. It was not common to do so before then.
Are you sure?
His wooden engravings were, and still are, printed billions of times in Germany.
Billions of times. You're exaggerating.
Not at all. His work appears on German marks.
And what?
That's enough. I told you what you wanted to know. Please, leave me alone now.
No entiendo qué tiene que ver. No entiendo qué tiene que ver los...
Dr. Gebhardt?
Yes?
Buonarroti.
No idea. Don't know him.
But
Try your luck somewhere else.
I ought to be going.
Thank...
No entiendo qué tiene que ver. Allí había más bichos, no habían animales. Mira, vamos
Lady
allí.
Westmacott?
Yes.
I hear you're well versed in Egyptian history, Lady Westmacott. Can you tell me anything about Nefertiti?
A queen. The main wife of Akhenaten.
Did she have a favorite animal?
What a strange question.
I, just heard that they really adore cats in ancient Egypt.
Well, that's true, but I don't know whether Nefertiti had any special affinity for animals.
Does Guernica mean anything to you?
Why are you asking me all these strange questions?
I'm curious. How shall I...
Pick up a book.
Are you interested in art?
Not really. I'm more interested in real life, in people.
So, you don't know Albrecht Dürer?
Just because I'm not interested in art doesn't mean that I'm ignorant.
What can you tell me about him?
Books, my dear, books. In them, you'll find the answers to all your questions, even the most foolish ones.
I bet you don't know anything about him, and you just want to cover it up.
Ah, you want to appeal to my honor. Too obvious, I'm afraid.
Tía, no me
I
dicen
saw a
nada.
sign in Venice. It said Buonarroti. Do you...
I'm sorry, I don't
May I take my...
You may.
Italiano, italiano, italiano.
He's sweating. I hope the crew
Capitán.
doesn't take the captain for a role model. Hello, Captain.
Miss May, how nice to see you. You look beautiful.
I was in my cabin. I didn't feel very well.
Oh, I hope...
Buonarroti. That sounds Italian, doesn't it?
Ha! You can say that again. Buonarroti is the name of the greatest artist of all time. Michelangelo Buonarroti, who most people only know by his first name. Just imagine, one man, an Italian, achieves perfection in all three movements of graphic arts. His David is the most famous statue in the world. As an architect, he was a genius. He built parts of St. Peter's Basilica.
And as a painter, Michelangelo painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
The creation of Adam. The spark of life leaps from God to Adam. One of the most famous paintings in the world.
Yes, it is. The Sistine Chapel, Apostolic Palace, Vatican City. I don't know any animals associated with them.
Animals?
Oh, it's a game I used to play. My father posed me a riddle, and I have to guess an animal.
And Buonarroti's Adam was the hint? Maybe he meant Rome. According to legend, the founders of the city, Romulus and Remus, were
Una loba.
raised by a she-wolf.
No, that's too vague. Does Vatican City have an animal on its coat of arms?
No.
And the Pope?
Every pope has his own emblem, but the new one doesn't have an animal.
You don't seem to like the new Pope.
It's too early to say. But who's fit to hold a candle to John the 23rd? Il Papa Buono, as we used to call him. The good Pope.
He just died recently. What was his heraldic animal?
He was a lion, and so was his heraldic animal.
For a Catholic, Buonarroti's Adam could be a mnemonic for the lion.
Un
Pope
león.
John XXIII was elected in the Sistine Chapel like every other pope. A work of art hints at a coat of arms with a lion on it. Maybe. I'll make a note of lion.
Lo has anotado, tonta. La tonta esta no ha anotado nada.
Captain DeCon,
Yes?
do you know
Is she...
No. Guernica,
not a harbor that I...
do you know
Yes, an artist. Not
For example?
for one, he wasn't Italian.
That's a pity.
You can say that again. At least he lived in Italy for a while.
What else can you tell me about him?
I once overheard an argument on board between a German and a Spaniard about who elevated the woodcut to an art form, Albrecht Dürer or Alberto Durero. Eventually, they realized they were talking about the same man. Ha!
Albrecht Dürer is called Alberto Durero in Spain?
That's right. Don't ask me why.
Lovely concert.
You only heard the air.
All the more curious that Lady Westmacott
I have no idea what got into her. Maybe it's the privilege of famous people. When I was still a young sailor, and
I think she's fascinating.
Lady Westmacott. Oh yes, that's true.
Do you know
Everything. I'm her big...
where's she from?
Her father. She had an outstanding education, but was...
I know how she feels. For many years, Mom...
Don't say that, my child. Your father...
Did Lady Westmacott's father marry again?
Yes. A woman 15 years his junior. She didn't. She made the headlines with her antics more often than the...
And her novels.
In interviews, she always mentions her French tutor. After some poems and short stories, she began to write it. The rest is history. The experts are arguing with...
Although she doesn't receive the same deference.
That's true. But her books are much more innovative.
And what does an elderly...
I couldn't really say. She was there. He died a long time.
I heard something about a reception at...
Yes, for the eyes of the Sphinx. But I don't think she'd go to Cairo just for that. She didn't participate in the literary scene either. Always stayed as far away as possible.
Is it true that you're a war hero?
Mm-hmm. In 2 world wars.
You're as old as you feel.
Oh.
Aren't you feeling well?
You shouldn't burden your pretty little head with the...
If you don't feel well, maybe you should take it easy.
I'm afraid if I take it easy, it'll kill me.
You seem to be a pest.
Fatty liver, asthma, gallstone...
Joder, está reventado.
Jaundice, gout, shingles, hemorrhoids, varicose veins, circulatory trouble, knee problems, pulmonary embolism, gastritis, migraine, neuralgia, tinnitus, rheumatism, pleurisy, thrombosis, and constipation. Those are what's been diagnosed so far. My body is a curse.
Oh, I didn't mean to... I'm sorry.
Forgive
Está
an
hecho una
old
puta
man.
mierda.
You're still the captain of this beautiful ship.
Claro, eres el capitán de este
They
magnífico
couldn't
barco.
just get rid of me, so they
Lo
stuck
claro
me
es que sigas
somewhere
vivo.
where I can't make trouble anymore.
Don't say that.
This ship runs fine without me. The crew knows what to do.
Captain!
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm burdening you with all of this. Forgive me, eh? I'd like to rest for a while. Soon enough.
I don't know. It must be...
Hablar con la baronesa, a ver.
The Baroness seems to have a reason.
Baronesa,
to
dame el código que tienes
She's
en la
downing
caja
one
fuerte,
glass
punto.
of champagne after another.
Que es
The
mucho
less I
mejor,
have
¿no?
to do with her, the better. Although,
Y no tengo que estar dando vueltas por aquí preguntando a la gente por bichos, por cosas. Pues.
I don't really think I
Que
have
solo
to
tengo un
worry
león.
about that.
Ya habla con todo Dios y solo tengo un león. Tócate los huevos. Qué desastre, ¿no? Si ya no queda más gente para hablar. Solo he sacado un león de las 4 combinaciones. Para este nos han llegado ya a tomar viento.
Dr. Gebb,
Yes.
I was talking to the captain. He didn't...
I am sure you will understand that I cannot discuss
Why? Do you think I...
that. I didn't.
I asked whether the captain is ill and you called him one of my patients.
What do you want?
I ought to be going.
Thank.
The silhouette of New York and of a ship. But not looks pretty official, with a coat of arms, flag,
Aquí hay algo,
seal, and all the trappings.
Este cartel
And the
tiene algo,
doctor
porque
is
si
clean as a
no,
whistle.
ya nos está siempre ahí.
Someone seems to cherish it. The silhouette of looks...
Está siempre ahí. Normalmente lo que solo puedes ver y luego ya lo lees y ya no sirve, no le vuelve a salir el interrogante.
Adil,
In the shower.
I found the secret compartment.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm working on it. Adil,
Yes?
I almost got caught in the Baroness's...
What happened?
I don't know. A man came in and I just had time to hide under the bed.
Maybe it was a steward who came to clean the cabin?
And turn on a tape recorder in the cupboard?
Huh. Maybe it was Inch. He wanted some music?
There was nothing on the tape. It was playing, but I didn't hear anything. Something is rotten here.
Don't bother your pretty little head about it. Swap the eye and hurry back. I've got a surprise for you.
I don't think your surprise will really surprise me. The secret compartment is secured with a combination lock.
Is there any way in?
Not without leaving evidence. I need the combination.
Are there any hints?
A memory aid consisting of several works of art. There are animals on the log.
The works of art might hint at specific animals.
You don't say, genius. I've already got that far. About the combination.
Yes?
Alberto Durero.
What about him?
What's his most famous work?
Hard to say. He did a lot. He was a pioneer of woodcuts and printmaking.
The Baroness left his monogram as a hint, not the name of one of his artworks. So there must be a painting that everyone associates with him.
Not to my knowledge. Although he did have a favorite motif.
And that was?
Himself. He made quite a few self-portraits.
That's it. The artist is the art.
Sounds logical. His most famous self-portrait is in the Prado in Madrid. I saw it with my own eyes 2 years ago.
Does Madrid have something like a heraldic animal?
Sure, it's a bear. It's on the coat of arms. And
El oso y el madroño.
Brilliant. The bear. I just need one more animal.
León oso.
Does Nefertiti... That's it?
I didn't have an affair with her, if that's what you mean. She's not my type. And she's been dead for thousands of years.
Well then, I'll take your word for it. Guernica. Sounds Spanish, doesn't it?
Yes, it's a city in the Basque region.
Does it have a heraldic animal? Or maybe the region has one?
I don't know. I've never been there. I just know it because the city was bombed by the Nazis during the Spanish Civil War.
Nazis? In the Spanish Civil War?
Well, not officially, of course. At the request of General Franco, his friends from Germany reduced a defenseless city to ashes and rubble. Picasso immortalized the bombing in his famous painting.
Really? Is it on display in Spain?
Silly. As long as Franco is in charge, he won't allow that.
Where is it?
Oh, no idea. Paris, maybe? Picasso lived there for a long time.
Maybe doesn't help me much. I'll be going. Don't waste all the hot water.
Never.
Español, vale. El alemán. Y a lo mejor hay que hablar el león, oso. A lo mejor hay que hablar en orden. Este ya me contesta, ¿no?
Dr. Gebb.
Yes?
Picasso.
Have you ever heard of a Picasso?
That's enough. I am saying this as politely as I can. Please leave me alone now. We can discuss these unimportant things tomorrow, if it is really necessary.
I ought to be going.
Thank God.
Picasso. ¿Quién me puede dar info de Picasso? ¿Qué? ¿Dónde vas, tía? Pasa para adentro, anda. Picasso, el italiano, no.
Lady Westwick.
Yes.
It must be exciting to meet all the world's famous and powerful people.
I stay away as far as possible.
But some of them must be exciting.
They told him he's a genius so often that
his paintings are impressive.
Well, it certainly is big. I have to give him that.
Didn't
un caballo.
he have to flee from Spain?
Yes, from the fascists, but not just him. Many of his paintings as well. If I remember correctly, Guernica is currently on display in the Museum of Modern Art in New York. He bequeathed it to a future Spanish republic.
And until then it stays in New York?
Yes. It's been there for years now.
you ever been to New York?
For the love of God, what would I do there? We have the original York in England. That's quite enough for me.
So, you don't know the heraldic animal of New York?
No, probably an eagle. It's all eagles over there.
May I take my leave?
You may.
¿Un águila? ¿Quién nos puede dar info de un águila? Puede ser un águila. Pero que pinta... El Guernica son caballos, ¿no? Que salía algo. Bueno, es que Picasso, tío. Vamos a probar. Por curiosidad, vamos a probar. Vamos a probar por curiosidad. León, oso, águila. A ver, si no nos deja, pues nada, volvemos. Le damos la vuelta, volvemos.
No. It doesn't make sense whilst I don't know at least 3 of the animals.
Ah, me falta uno. Joder. Bueno, gente, pues nada, seguiremos buscando ese uno que nos falta. Pero eso será en el próximo episodio de de Raven, que nos tiene... mareados, nos tiene. Bueno, pues nada, gente, lo dicho, dejamos el episodio de hoy aquí y nos vemos en el siguiente. Venga, espero que vaya bien, chao.